I am 82 years old, and now I understand. My children didn't leave suddenly. They left while I was busy being a good father. I'm 82 years old, and for most of my life, I told myself I didn't understand why my children slowly drifted away from me. I used to say it out loud. I don't know what happened, I'd tell people. I did everything I was supposed to do. And that was true, at least technically. I worked, I provided, I showed up. Those words mattered deeply to me. Provider, responsible, reliable. I believed love was proven through sacrifice, through long hours, through exhaustion, through doing what needed to be done, even when it cost me time. When my children were small, they wanted simple things: to show me drawings, to tell stories that went nowhere, to sit beside me while I stared at the television, tired and quiet. I was there. But I wasn't really with them. I told myself there would be more time later, when work slowed down, when things settled. They always seemed to need me at the wrong moment, when I was tired, when my mind was elsewhere. I thought that was just adulthood. Now, my house is very still. There was a time it felt too small. Shoes by the door, noise from every room, arguments about nothing, laughter that carried through the walls. Now I notice things like the hum of the refrigerator, the floor creaking at night, the sound of my own breathing when I can't sleep. My children don't visit often. They call on holidays, sometimes. Their voices are polite, careful, as if they're speaking to a neighbor they don't know very well. For a long time, I told myself this was normal. Children grow up, they get busy, they build their own lives. That explanation worked until it didn't. Because busy doesn't sound like distance. Busy doesn't sound like obligation. Busy doesn't sound like relief when the call ends. I remember moments now. Not the big ones, the small ones. A child standing in a doorway, waiting to speak, then quietly leaving when I didn't look up. A question asked twice, then never again. A school event I promised I'd attend, but didn't. Not because I didn't care, because something else felt more urgent at the time. I didn't know those moments were being counted. Children don't confront you, they observe. They adjust. They stop asking long before you notice they've stopped. Clarity didn't come when they moved out. It came years later, after my wife died. Grief rearranges everything. It removes distractions. It makes silence unavoidable. After the funeral, people return to their lives. I returned to an empty house. That's when I saw how little space I occupied in my children's emotional lives. They checked in, they helped, they were kind, but there was a distance I couldn't cross. And that's when the truths arrived. Not at all at once, slowly, painfully. The first truth, I chose being needed over being present. I liked feeling important, like everything depended on me. Work depended on me. Bills depended on me. Problems depended on me. But my children needed something quieter. Someone who listened without fixing. Someone who stayed, even when it was boring. Presence doesn't announce itself. It doesn't feel productive. It doesn't earn praise. So I postponed it. I thought I was building something for them. I didn't realize I was teaching them how to live without me. The second truth, I confused authority with connection. I believed being respected mattered more than being understood. I corrected. I instructed. I judged. I rarely apologized, rarely admitted I was wrong. I thought doing so would weaken me. What it actually weakened was our bond. They learned that coming to me meant being evaluated, measured, assessed. So they brought me accomplishments, not fears, not doubts. And when accomplishments stopped impressing me, they stopped bringing anything at all. The third truth, the hardest one, I assumed love was automatic. I believed that because I loved my children, they would always feel it. I didn't understand that love left unexpressed becomes invisible. I didn't say the words enough. I didn't ask how they felt without an agenda. I thought love lived only in providing. But love also lives in attention, in curiosity, in choosing someone again and again, especially when you're tired. I assumed there would always be time. Time does not wait for awareness. I don't see a villain when I look back. I see a man doing what he thought was right. That's what makes regret so heavy. My children built lives that don't include me at the center because I taught them that was normal. If you're listening to this and your children still speak to you freely, listen closely. Notice when they hesitate. Notice when they stop sharing. Those moments feel small. They are not. I don't expect my children to change now. They shouldn't have to. At 82, clarity finally arrived. It didn't change everything. It only explained it. And that has to be enough.